The sky looks amazing. It's been an awesome day for looking at these clouds. Let me go ahead and turn the camera around and show you all what's happening here. It has been amazing. Look at that. I took one glance out my back window and I'm like, I have to go up and see the finale for today, at least, how it's gonna end up. And you know me, I'm up here for the off chance that we get a red sunset. I'm patiently waiting still. But hey, here's Nepicity. What do you know? Look right here, all of that. That's a very obvious band with fingers, in fact, the little slats there. But yeah, wow, amazing. And then this, Atu's moon, Atu, amazing. And Nibiru. I gotta keep reminding myself, Nibiru is in the mix now over on this side of the sky, hanging out with Nepicity and Atu. And yeah, it's awesome. Look at this. I really cannot believe. Hey, Sharon found me. I wasn't even gonna tell anybody, Sharon. I'm embarrassed. Oh no. Carol Ann told me I had a sky disease. I'm like, I'm just gonna sneak up the street. I'll go live. Odds are nobody will know and catch me. But who's the first one here? Sharon. Yeah. Well, you can see it looks amazing. Amazing. And I'm honestly surprised at the temperature drop. We've had a dramatic drop in temperature since I was up here just a short while ago. I mean, what time did I end that live? Like 3:30? I don't know, maybe 2 hours ago. Who's here? Let's see, there's Sharon. Hey Dennis, good to see you. Hey, Jesus is here. Very similar for Jesus in Utah. Awesome, cool. Yeah, this has been a day for sky, really. It didn't start off this morning like that, but I don't know, at 1 o'clock it really got crazy. Look at that. Yes. All of that. This is north. So Nepicity, honestly, it's a little bit more to the northwest today. It's a little bit more this direction. I don't know if Sam is listening. He might be out there. Hey, Sam. If so, eventually he'll catch this, I bet. But yeah, he was on the live earlier in the chat, that is, over on TikTok today. So I think he would like to see how things have panned out since then. It was, if you saw it, then you know. But again, yeah, the temperature has, oh my gosh, really gotten cold. Like, I wished I had my gloves on me. I don't. That's just it. The temps have been up and down, like, 80s, and then now we're going back down into the 40s, starting tonight, tomorrow, back into the freezing temperatures and such. So, I'm not complaining. I'm not. But you know what I'm saying. Hot and cold. Quickly. But yeah, oh boy. So, yeah, definitely asteroids in front of Uri, all on this side of the sun, the left side, asteroids in Uri, and what else? Oh, Matim. But Matim is so little. It's little. I'm streak here, like there's something there. Probably the lead object, because that's going behind it, and it's making its own presence known, I guess. I see a plane. Okay, well, I counted 7 planes earlier over, 2-hour period, maybe. Not a ton, no. Not considering what we're seeing, not that. I actually had a correspondence with a lady over on Facebook in a skywatching or a chemtrail group. And I asked her, I was like, so do you really think like every streak you see is a man-made trail? I was expecting her to say no, actually. But yeah, she followed up with their comment saying yes. Yes, she does. She thinks every bit of it. So I just asked her, I was like, I recommended actually to take some time and stay outside and count the planes, start there. Because that's literally impossible. Like, you think there's hundreds of thousands of planes out spraying? Let alone, it doesn't look like that. Right? Oh, wow. Okay, so again, this is where Nibiru is overall at the base of the sky, at the bottom down here. The bottom curve will be Nibiru down here. And then up here is Attu, and over there, Nipissity overlapping it. Isn't that crazy looking? All these drag marks. All the way around. Yeah, I mean, heavy drag marks at that. Wow, this is a show in itself. It really is. I specifically chose to go on YouTube because of the horizontal, aspect that we get. Yeah, I just wanted to be able to see it like this for a change versus vertical, or turning your head sideways to see it. But the downside is I cannot, put Sam's drawings up here for everybody to see. I wish I could do that. But Sam has a new drawing, and, so far there's been several things about that drawing. Accurate things, that is. What I'm trying to get at is it's things that have drastically changed, and, compared to previous drawings, and yet they're right. Like, that might be a gamble to make a drastic change. No, he knows it's going to be there. I'm sure he didn't worry about it. Right, Sam? Actually, he has told me it stresses him out a little, But I would say after as long as he's been doing these drawings, knowing that they're right every time, he's just got to go with it. Just go with it and know it's going to be fine. Yeah, look at this. Isn't that incredible? How cool. I had to come up and see this firsthand. I mean, back behind my house, it's trees, power lines, buildings, houses, you name it. Everything in the way. Hence the trail shadows. Okay, yep. That's true. Definitely. I mean, because we see this trail here, right above me, and it's ending up, it's still trucking that away. So that is a legit sea trail. Actually what surprises me a little is how they still deny sea trails are a thing. Yeah, like, haven't y'all noticed different meteorologists on Facebook? They'll be like, sea trails aren't real. They'll make a post about it just to irritate, people. How can they, even I think they're real, and I totally discredit a lot of it, but I still think they're real. Yeah, so, wow, okay, look at that. Interesting. When I first got up here, it was like a lot of hatch marks. I don't know how to explain it, like tic-tac-toes or something. How cool. I'm trying to think. Honestly, this is similar to earlier today, but very different at the same time. More drag marks than I saw earlier. I see 1, 2. Look at the geese. There's 2, 4, 5. They've been up here a lot lately. All right. So in Sam's recent drawing, he did 2. One of them facing the suns with the planets around on both sides, and then there's another drawing directly behind us. You guys, if you know, I've been really wanting Sam to do 2 drawings, or a drawing of the full sky, not separate, side by side. Anyway, I was really happy to see that, Sam. Really happy. It's just like, it helps me to see it from that perspective. But what he did change about that drawing was Uri, which is, I would say, right there. See that? Earlier, I was going to say earlier, it was a little bit higher, which matched the drawing perfectly, and it still is higher. Usually it's harder to explain, but it's coming down and further down into the horizon. So it's still, it's right, it's risen. And then Uri kind of blended into Atu's moon, which blended into Atu, which blended into Nibiru, which then goes into Nepicity, okay, and then it goes into Yellow Moon and Isatum again. See, it's the same sequence. We're seeing, I mean, I've been seeing the same sequence repetitively now for a good while, several months. Looks like we're here just in time for, I know, Jesus, I'm glad you're here this time. Yeah, a lot of times I don't get to see you when I'm live, or you see me, you know. But yes, I was like, I cannot believe I'm going back up here. I cannot, I mean, my foot's been hurting and this and that, whatever. It's okay. It is okay. I'll just deal with that later. I can't. Carol Ann told me I had a sky disease. I've been diagnosed. At the car wash listening. Oh, perfect. Hey, yeah, that's perfect. Hopefully it's warmer where you are, because, oh my gosh. Guys, I was out here earlier getting, you know, sunbathed. The sun was really, really very bright, very hot, all of it, etc. You know how it gets. And I am surprised that since I got home and then stepped back outside, how cold it got. I'm not exaggerating. My fingers are freezing. I had like 3 pairs of gloves in my purse. I took them all out. Because the other day it was like in the 70s. I'm like, I don't need that. Again, Nepicity. That's your feature presentation of the planet Nepicity here. It's fingers and band. Seems like things in general, even the sun setting, everything has kind of shifted a tiny bit to the right. I don't know how to explain that. It just, things are in different locations this evening. That's all. That's all. Look at here. Okay, look. I was pointing these out on my way home earlier, but there are fingers. There. These are a Nepicity feature, because Nepicity has fingers too. As far as I can think, I feel like, honestly, I used to think it was just Nepicity, right? And over time I have learned, seems like, I think all the planets, you know, have a finger face effect. So, in case anybody is listening and they don't know what I'm talking about when I say planets. I'll just give a rundown real quick that the reason the sky is looking like this today and every day is because we have close passing planetary objects from a twin solar system passing incredibly close by Earth. Has been since 2009. Apparently this cycle takes 25-30 years to complete from start to finish, and we're in year 16 at the moment. So that's the reason why the sky looks so strange and, you know, out of whack. This is why. Am I zoomed in? It just seems like I'm so close to it. Yes, that's why. I am. Sorry, guys. Hey, Paula. Yeah, it totally is amazing. Sorry it's so windy. I'm sure you all get an earful. That's the downside. I'm going to turn it this way a minute. Let's take a look at it. It's the big, you know, vertical up and down appearance. That's when you know you're seeing a planet. You know, when you see these big pointed, you know, effects in the sky, downward pointed effects. And then all the horizontal dragging are the asteroids. There's no shortage. Look at that. I can only imagine what pictures I'm going to get to see this evening when I get back on Facebook. Because if it looks this great here, I'm sure it's this way a lot of places, right? Man, that is strange looking. Sam calls these micro clouds, just so you know. What's catching my eye the most are all these little horizontal lines, you know, which that's asteroids causing that. See, that was even a round shape. Lines through it. So asteroids are round shapes with little lines through them most of the time. I'm just thinking to myself, you know, what usually how things go, how I see it, is you'll see the effects of 2 or 3 planets at a time. You know, you rarely do you see just all of them, you know. Usually you'll see 2 or 3, and then they'll step to the side sometimes, and another one will, you know, buzz by. But like at the moment, I'm not really seeing much about Yellow Moon and Isatum, for instance. Not so much. Even though we know they're always right there to the right side of the suns. We know all this is asteroids in front. Oh, what's this about? Oh, is that Matem? Is it? I bet it has to be. See that curve? Right there in this dark circle? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right where it belongs too. Like I said, too bad I can't pull the drawing up, but that's where Matem is on the newest drawing. And then I'd say perhaps this line back behind it is Uri. Maybe. We definitely see a straight line right there. Okay. How cool. Look at that. That is so, okay, wow. I mean, it's got to be Uri. It's the only thing that's in that direction. That's south. But Cool. Okay. Fingers for Yuri. I know, Dennis. It really is. Hey, Amy. Hey there. So you got 40 inches of snow? What? 40 inches? Oh my word. Stay inside. Don't go anywhere. The Earth has tipped again back to more southeasterly. Magnetic pole is off by 13 degrees this year. Okay. I hadn't heard all that, but yeah, I can tell. I mean, I can just, I can see that things are shifted as far as what I'm normally used to seeing. Like, let's see where the sun is. Okay, suns. Look, okay, that's straight west. So it's just a tiny bit southwest. When lately it's been more over here. See, it's been this direction, so it's shifted. Oh, wow. I cannot believe how cold it's gotten. Definitely not HARP, just in case anybody's wondering, I know these are the clouds that usually get tossed over into the HARP bucket. Anything with ripples and such. I feel like you guys, the people that watch our YouTube channel, are already experts, most of them. You guys know already. Earlier today over on TikTok, what was it, Sharon? We had a telescope designer, builder, or something along the lines of he made telescopes or something, engineered them. Of all things, like, it's just crazy. Sometimes we'll have like an astrophysicist in the chat. I'm like, I doubt that. I totally doubt that. But these people, they can be quite elaborate with their stories. But him and Sam were going back and forth. I unfortunately missed most of it, looking at the sky. But anyway, I think Sam had a good time. When you know you're right, like that I mean, you all know. I like that. I like this right here. Isn't that interesting, really? I mean, it's not every day we see. Hey, Jillian, she's here. T. Racy, yay! Now we can party. Hey, Jerry, mesmerizing. I know. Look, I mean, it really is. That is so, I agree. Right, Sharon? Right, you have to be willing to at least admit you don't know everything already, And not very many people seem to be able to do that. Like, they think they learned everything there is, not thinking that could possibly be wrong. I feel like there's a cube right here. I see a straight lines, sharp corners, dark shadow, square shadow. You will see it. It belongs right there too. And that means this is where the rectangular shape is for the long box cube. So really that goes right with one of Sam's drawings he has showing the long box cube and the cube. And I'm interested in what that is there, why it's darker. I mean, is that where the lead object is behind those lines? Possibly. Very pronounced if that's the case for its lines. Yeah, Jillian, it's freezing here. Like, I was here today earlier and it was comfortable, if not hot, to like on my skin. My face was getting hot from the sunlight. And I don't know, some cold front has pushed its way through because it's really cold now. Like I got up here and I'm like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to, stand here and have my fingers cold? That's what I thought. But here we are. Yeah, I have to do it because look, I gotta show everybody. We can have it documented. That's the beauty of going live on YouTube, is the horizontal version of it, as well as we have a copy. We can go back and savor it on Saturday, right? That's only 2 days away, y'all. Another show 155 in 2 days. So you know what I'll be doing tomorrow. Oh, really, T. Racy? Warmer weather for the UK, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's, well, good. Yeah, I'm sure you're ready. It's been warm here, like, it's so warm that it's not quite hot, but it's just nice. It's that temperature. So for it to drop like this was a little unexpected. It's been really, really warm. I mean, I've had my air conditioners running lately. But this week we're going to be going back down into the below freezing temperatures again. So my poor outside kitty's got to deal with that now. I have such empathy for my cats. You know how it is. It's like if they're cold, I'm cold, I guess. I'm working on trying to get another one a home through that organization that homes stray kitties. So I'm glad you're here, Jillian. I didn't tell anybody. Don't feel left out. I did not. I'm like, I don't want people to think I have a disease, a sky disease. I'm not gonna, I'm kidding. But you know what I mean. I'm like, I was just up here. I'm not gonna bother everybody again. I'm just gonna hop on and see what happens. You all find me anyway. It was funny because Sharon was the first one here. Yeah. Let's see what's above me. It's just the same. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, like this patchwork. I don't even know what I'm trying to, what would you call that? Asteroids, basically. Okay. Yeah, I figured when I saw this, I was like, the potential is there for a dramatic sunset, like a colorful one. That's what really drove me out of the house to get back up here. I'm like, I am not going to let that happen. The one day I don't go back up there. Well, honestly, it's unusual for me to come up here as early in the day as I did. It was at like 1:30. But it was awesome. It was just, I had to. So again, this is where Nibiru is. This is the east, and it's a little bit to the northeast, I feel, because where the light or the color of the sky changes from light to dark, right down here. And then, like here's, looks like maybe that right there. Nepicity overlaps it to the top left. Attu overlaps it to the top right. That's pretty big for fingers of Nepicity right now, like these slats right here. Like lately I've been seeing them just little. So it's putting on a show for us this evening, actually. Wow. Actually, not just this evening. It's been like this since about, I don't know, 1 o'clock today. And it's been very breezy. I'm sure you can hear that. I'd say it's died down a little. A little. Look at there. I know, T-Racy, it really is. All of it's pretty close looking. Let's zoom in on these asteroids there. I mean, some of these you can see circular shapes, round shapes. Obvious. Also the slanted drag marks here, which I wish I could pull Sam's drawing up, but you all know to the left side is all those asteroids, and they, in his drawings, he draws, you know, the little dots, circles for the asteroids, and then behind them lines behind it to indicate drag marks. And what do we have here? You know, horizontal drag marks. Again, you guys are the experts too. You all know his drawings and how accurate they are. It's, you know, and even the people on TikTok are learning. They're doing well as well. They're learning that whatever the drawings show us is that's just the way it is. Look and see what time. I can't tell the time. Oh, 5:49. Okay. I'm kind of keeping track of, you know, how long our days are lasting and sunsets are lasting and such. Directly above. I would love to see like this type of sunset on time-lapse videos. One of these days, y'all, one of these days, I gotta get another camera and like a tripod or something, stand. That's really it. It's not that much, it's not that complicated. Oh boy. I think the hard part is figuring out which direction I want to face it. You know, which direction you want to capture. But yeah, this is actually perfect too. In the drawing, we always got these slants here, just like the drawings. Okay, it's looking very yellow. It's been doing that a lot lately. Going like almost like a fluorescent yellow, in fact, just above and beyond yellow. Okay, I'm still getting my bearings on Uri being higher. You know, I'm like thinking, is that Uri? I kind of think it is. As far as the edge of, you know, see what I mean, how much higher up it is? Maybe you don't, but it is. Because usually it would come down and go back behind the horizon, and I don't know, back behind the planet, something like that. 23:49. Is that the time? T-Racy? Military time? I'm not sure. I'm guessing. Brr. Fingers cold. Pocket somewhere. Yeah, honestly, I had my coat out. And I'm like, that's silly. I don't need a coat. I'll just wear a together hoodie. I'll be fine. Nah, okay. Yep, military time. All right. Yeah. Hey, Paula. Yeah, well, you're welcome. Thanks for watching. Right. Thanks for you being there too. Yeah. Honestly, maybe it is a sickness, but if I didn't come up here, I would just be like antsy, pacing, probably looking out the window over and over, looking at what I'm missing, you know. So I just rather, you know, deal with this, I guess, than that. One or the other. I, I, I knew there was a chance that I would be back up here based on what we saw earlier today. It's a calling. Oh, yeah, I could go with that, Paula. Really. I feel like, I know Sam and I have talked about this, and he's like, no, it's meant for everybody. This information is meant for everybody. And I'm like, I know that, but it really seems like only certain people are called to it, are interested in such, So is it really meant for just certain people? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like a coded message. Look at the sky. You're going to get a download. What if that's it? Yeah. Let's go up here and see. That would be a perfect picture right there. Nice one. I wish I had the ability, to get further back, like phone, but handle what I want. Oh, hey, Tiff. I was just thinking about you. Hey. Tiff knows what the sky looks like in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because she's kind of like my neighbor. She doesn't live too far from me. I don't know where exactly, but we know we're not too far from each other here in Tulsa. So, yeah, I know. It's been a great day, hasn't it, Tiff? As far as the clouds and sky go. Paula's been watching for 10 years, maybe longer. Sam still had his Facebook page. Wow. I did not realize that, Paula. I did not know that. Yeah, you've been around longer than me, most likely. Yeah. I found Sam. I found him in 2014 on YouTube, but I did not join his group till 2017. That's when I got serious. The funny part, ironic, I guess, I don't know, I found him on YouTube, and he made such an impression that 3 years later, when I go back and I'm ready to, delve back into the Nibiru studies, I found him again. I found him twice, and I didn't know his name or anything. I was just searching, and I just happened to find him a second time, but with very little keywords to search under, because I really didn't know much at the time. Guys, I did not know what a binary solar system was. I mean, we were starting with like preschool level knowledge on that. So I'm like, what is this guy talking about? I didn't know, but honestly, I just thought he sounds like he is so sure about this. It was like that, confident. That's what got my attention, really, was that more, though, than what he was saying, because I really did not know. I definitely see, I don't know what I'm seeing here, but there's that. I mean, could it be yellow moon? I don't know. It's a little far. It could be. It could be. As far as an edge of yellow moon. Something's crawling up around this part. And it is a changing color and stuff. Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, I got Saru. We haven't talked about Saru, and but that's pretty easy. What time is it? It's 5:30. I usually don't see Saru till about this time, and it's this. These are your indicators. It's very faint, but see those little lines right here? It's actually one consistent planet going across the sky. Usually it's, clipping into the sunlight in front of the suns even. Yeah. See that consistent lines going across the sky there. So that's the planet that's back behind everything else. That's the, second biggest planet as well. I was just thinking of all the people in the different groups I'm in that would say these look like feathers, I'm like, I'm sure you all have seen that too. Those are feathers, Or angels. I see that as well. Angels. Are those asteroids to the east? Oh, yeah. Okay, here's straight on east, and Nibiru is down at the bottom. We definitely see a color change happening. Asteroids here, so this is northeast. Asteroids, all of these little horizontal lines. Yes. Honestly, they're everywhere. Honestly, look at all these drag marks. They're just endless. So, on the way up here, I was thinking, yeah, you're getting it. I know, you got it. Yeah, I was on the way up here, I was thinking about the 180-day cycle that officially starts next month in March. But I was wondering, I'm like, are we seeing an indicator of it early? Just because of how today has been? Maybe not, but it's close, and what the 180-day cycle, it means, for 6 months of the year, basically, all of the binary planets pass even closer, so from March to at least September, they're going to be passing closer than they have all winter and fall, basically. So in a way, I prefer it not being as close for many reasons, because for one thing, the storms that it triggers and such. But as far as a visual reason, sometimes they can just be too close to where you can't even see any curves at all. It's just wall of planet, no curves when they get that close. So to me, the curves really, make my day. That's pretty cool. Again, the whole facing north is Napicity. All the way across. Sometimes it creates an arch even. You'll see a curve go. We see a slight curve happening. Slightly. So that's pretty dramatic for our Napicity here lately. It's been more reserved up until today. It's coming out to play. Again, asteroids for sure. Like you can see them well, in fact, dark chunks. Let's just zoom in. The texture, etc. They create like a pitting effect in the clouds. Also awesome, awesome. Let's go back this way. You can tell it's starting to die down, I guess, a little. There's another plane. I'll give them that credit for that plane. You know, again, I've only counted like 8 or 9 today. It's my second trip up here. I've been up here a while, so 8 or 9 is not very many. Which I don't want very many, to be honest. I don't want to be sprayed on. There's another one there, so 10. I hate to say it again. I mean the asteroid. I don't know how many times I say that word, but you know, these swirls, asteroids, you know, you can just tell. They're not clouds. The planes look so small. Yeah, compared to the plane. Right. They're like an ant, you know, compared to a person or something. It's like that. Wow. I see a little hint of pink, you know, maybe a touch of coral color happening. Because, well, you know, Isatum is red. The moon in front of it is yellow. So red and yellow make orange. So that's why we see a lot of orange color, peach color, and such. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the beginning of Nepicity, and that's unusual. I'm just saying that's very turned around. Like that would normally be, you know, over here. So, like Sharon said, you know, I can't tell you what she said exactly. I'm trying to, but basically, there's been a shift. Things are in different locations now. Again. You can definitely see a change in color between light blue and dark blue. I'll say that. You know, our sky is that down here. Planet. Not planet. Well, I guess we are a planet too. Okay. And there's a tiny, tiny little plane. Yep. Okay, 11. I really do try to communicate to people. I'm in, not very many, but a few chemtrail groups on Facebook. I'm in a few. And I really do try to nicely share this information. It is rarely, if ever, received nicely, you know. I mean, our sunsets have been hugging the southwest, Aaron says, in Australia. Okay, that's what it is here then. Same here. Yeah, those A-hats are spraying us like bugs, as if they are super high up right, Jillian? A-hats. I can hear her saying that right this minute. So it is kind of, I don't know, I see a color down here, you know, it's peachy pink. At 2, the purple planet is basically right above that section, area. for ambulances. I hope people are okay. Goodness sakes. Heard several sirens this evening. Wow, look how much it's cleared off compared to how it was when I got up here. Very pretty though. Wow. Now you all can see why Nepicity is my favorite planet. It's just so dramatic. It really is. It has so many, appearances. It does the rain bombs. It has the big swirly clouds, etc. It's green. Of course, it's a storm maker. Anytime you see a storm, Nepicity is at least part of it. And what else? Uri, I believe, storm responsible. Atu, maybe. Yeah, look at that. That's an excellent cluster for asteroids, that is. You see all these round shapes in there. Perfect. Like that would go right with one of Sam's drawings I can think of right this minute perfectly. Huh. Yeah, he has one that looks just like that. I wonder if the skull is in there, in fact, because it includes the skull in that drawing, so maybe. Can't say that I see it exactly. To find the skull, it's basically you find like you see its eyes first. They stand out the most. Its eyes, which is these two ovally dark circles side by side, perfectly, same size, everything. That's pretty too. Even that's pretty. I'm already looking forward to seeing the drone captures that people get this evening. It tells me, it shows me, what we actually saw from a higher perspective. Definitely tell how it's getting darker, as well in the sky. As far as their shadows go. Planet shadows. I'm amazed at how much it's cleared off. Yeah. Considering what we saw coming up here. I know that the show has to end at some point. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, again, this is southeast. And I've been looking at these fingers every evening I've been up here. These little notches. And we know that Nepicity has fingers. So, I'm sorry, Nibiru, sorry. It's kind of throwing me for a loop to have Nepicity and Nibiru side by side, which that's what we got. So, yeah, like here's Nibiru, and there's Nepicity. See them? They're side by side. Unless that has something to do with Atu. We'll have to ask Sam. We'll find out together this Saturday, 3 o'clock Central. Over on, well, we are on YouTube. Yep, on YouTube. For the 155th episode of the Citizen Science Podcast. That's pretty cool, y'all. 155 shows. When you're doing like show 10 and 20, you really don't know if you'd ever make it to 155. So that's, I feel accomplished. do see, I don't know, I'm just seeing something right here. It's standing out. Could be just asteroids, I guess. Probably. Yeah. I'd say we're getting a pretty peach, appearance all the way around at the moment. See? Oh yeah, that's really pretty back here, actually. Let's zoom in again. Yes. You can tell, I mean, that's what happens when a base cloud is coming together, I guess. It just creates like a platform just above the horizon, is what I notice. Lately, I don't know what day, but a couple of days last week, I was up here and the sky was flashing like a disco. I wish I could just make it happen and show you guys, but we know flashing happens because of planets clipping into the sunlight as they are rotating, and their rotation plus clipping create flashing and flickering sun. I saw a bunch of pictures lately, yesterday and the day before, of moon things like this. It's so tiny. I mean, that doesn't even. There are asteroids way bigger than our moon. It just kind of tells you, where you sit, I guess, as far as sizes go, and all of this. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yes, fake sun. I know, I do. Yeah, and it's understandable, I mean, that it totally makes sense, why they have all of those conspiracies like they do. You can totally see the bigger picture and how it's necessary to create doubt, for what's really happening, I guess. Yep. And one thing I can't, usually a lot of conspiracy theory believers are, they believe the government is lying, yet the actual conspiracy theories themselves are coming from the government. It's like, and the documentation that they provide people, which are like patents and the such, come from the same people. It's like it doesn't really add up when you really get to thinking about it. It's like, so they lie to you, but you're going to believe whatever they tell you? No, not me. I'm going to start walking this direction. Yeah, I feel bad for my kitty cats, the outside ones. Those stray kitties, but one of them, I kind of taken him in at nighttime. I bring him in, and he has a bed and stuff. But I don't even want to say he's a stray, but he kind of is a stray, There we go. Looking back that way. I get the red sunset. It's kind of red this direction. But you know, I'm waiting patiently for the... Trust me, I will be on live when that happens. I don't know what the temperature is. I'm gonna guess it's in the 40s. Be my guess. And it was, you know, like it's dropped at least 30 degrees since I was up here earlier. And I'd say the wind has not stopped all day. That's kind of like the most dramatic part of the sky right here. This well, I sound like what direction? I'm in the southwest. Okay. Otherwise, everything else around me has phased out. Yeah. Wow. Like when the show is over, it's just over. Right? But that's still pretty. Okay, let's see. I can at least turn around the camera around and say hi. Find the button here. Hello everybody. Look, my fingers are, I can't bend my fingers. My hands are just, that'll teach me. That'll teach me. Don't take your gloves out of your purse until April or something. Yeah. So, but that was fun, everybody. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Some of you for the second time today. But yeah, I had a good time. Tomorrow, though, I got to get busy on the show. Business. Show business. Yeah. It is kind of like show business. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Sometimes the comments will pop up and scroll and do what they're, you know, what you want them to do. Not always. Yep. I had a good news to report that Mittens is feeling good. She actually went to the doctor yesterday just to get checked out, you know, just to make sure everything's good. And they retested her for the feline leukemia, and it flat out came out negative. So I felt like she had got the false positive the first time because she was getting better and better anyway. Yeah, they tested her for a couple of baddies, and she was negative for both. So that's what I want to hear. Ah, boy. I'm glad I live close by. Not too far. And my nose is running. I had whatever is going on with springtime. I guess I'm allergic to it this year because it's normal for me. Well, guys, I made it. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Thanks, Dennis, for being here. I know I'll see you in a couple of days again. You'll be in the house, right? I don't have to ask. Of course you'll be in the house, right? I know. Hey, Laura, I didn't know you were here. I know. I cannot wait. I'm going to go park myself in front of a space heater and thaw out my little fingers. That'll teach me. That'll teach me. Grab my coat next time and gloves. But yeah, well, I had a good time. So thank you all. And yeah, I'll see you all in a couple of days. I doubt I'll be out like, no, tomorrow will be way too cold. It's going to be cold. So I got my fix, though. I'm good. So yeah, okay, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button and head on out of here. So thank you. You all take care. All that good stuff. And I'll look forward to seeing you all Saturday. So, okay, here we go. Till then, bye-bye, everybody.